up, what up? Welcome back. It's your boy, B. Ryder, co-host.
J Bell.
This is
Final thoughts.
Today's topic, pickup artists. Let's check it out.
Hello. Who are you?
Right off the bat, like Mystery was talking to the bartender, Matador was talking to another girl. I mean, before they even got in the club, they were already like in conversations with these people.
You're huggable. I need to hug you. I don't know why.
For God's sakes, man! Take this woman from me!
Oh, hell, I'll give you $200 to get rid of her for me.
No, you're lovely.
They were just pulling from here, left, right. I mean, it was flowing. And here's the amazing thing is, Mystery talks about stuff that I would never think would work. I mean, he was talking about Google Earth. I mean, if I talked about Google Earth, nobody would get within 100 feet of me.
Giving you 4 quick tips to pull far younger girls out of bars and clubs and get them into your bed for same night lays. Specifically, I'm talking about girls who are 18, 19, 20 years old, girls just out of high school, freshman college girls, sophomores, and just pull them out of there for one night stands where she'll ditch her friends to go home with you, even if you're a far older guy, even if you're in your 30s or 40s and 50s.
Here's the thing, women are literally like cats. If one of the cats, let's say, happens to go to the maroon ball of yarn, what happens is that all 3 other cats all go to the maroon ball of yarn.
When you take a string and put it in front of a cat, pull it away, it's gonna come after it, right? So that's what I'm purposely tapping them on their forehead, negging her, and she's like, stop.
So, yeah, we're talking about pickup artistry. The art of picking up women, because that's basically what it boils down to.
Right.
Yeah. So, Brandon, B. Ryder, have you ever picked up a woman using any of the techniques in pickup artistry?
I definitely have. Definitely.
Really?
Have.
So how has that been?
It's been it's definitely a learning curve to it, but it's definitely enjoyable. I think it's fun, and more importantly, it works. Definitely, I would have to say that it does work. We wouldn't be talking about it unless there was a reason to, and there wouldn't be a reason to talk about it unless it had some kind of efficacy to it. So,
True story.
yeah.
So, what made you want to learn it?
For me,
Got tired of being in AFC?
yeah.
For those who out there watching, AFC is an acronym for Average Frustrated Chump.
Yeah.
So that person is that guy that's just leaning back and watching everything and never, ever interacting.
Never engaging.
Yeah, he wants to engage and talk to women, and
but he doesn't know how.
he doesn't know how to, and the fear of rejection and everything else just overwhelms him, and he just becomes what they call an AFC, an average frustrated chump. So
That sounds familiar to any of the fellas out there. You might be that or have been that before.
absolutely, I have.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, people don't think that.
I've been that. I've been there too, definitely.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of guys, and maybe who grew up in the early 2000s, had some kind of dabblings with pickup artistry, did something, because it was kind of prominent then.
They had the show.
Yeah, they had a whole show.
The pickup artist. It was on VH1,
Yes,
I think,
yes,
right?
yes,
With
yes.
Mystery, Matador,
Right.
and those guys.
I did watch it. I was.
It was like
It was a thing. It was a thing.
We all off. We watching this
Getting together,
tonight,
we're
man, because we tired of being
Right.
AFCs.
Right. I think for us it was kind of and I'll just speak for all guys now. It was kind of a light in the darkness because
absolutely.
nobody tells you how to talk to women. Nobody really gives you a guideline to what to say, how to approach women, what to do if a woman doesn't call you back, if she isn't answering.
Text messaging.
Right. There's no guideline.
Right.
So to have someone say, hey, this is what you should do in this situation. They had our ears. And then more so the fact that they showed it working. It was more so like, wow, okay, you have my attention.
For real.
Yeah. If this works,
Yeah.
you have my complete attention. So I don't fault any guy watching the show or listening, learning the tactics, and trying to derive something from it.
Yeah.
Because there's really nothing else out here really showing guys how to approach or talk to women. You know? And that's more of a failing on our own society. Like, we kind of just levy this weight on men. You have to approach women. You have to figure out how to talk to them. Guidelines? Oh, I'm sorry, there's none. Figure it out as you go.
Trial by fire.
Absolute fire.
We'll see. Like, and you're going to fail more than you succeed.
Yes.
Who wants to subscribe to anything like that where you fail more than you succeed?
Right.
It's just
Absolutely.
No.
And that is the reality that a lot of guys live in right now. Like, we go out, we roll the dice, and everything is in the air. No guarantee or nothing. We could be severely embarrassed by whatever woman we talk to who may not be interested in. So finding pickup artists, the book or the show or whatever, you know, the lifestyle kind of gave us something to latch on to. Right? Did you feel the same way coming up?
Of course. Like, I enjoy seeing men succeed. Like, because we've been in those situations where we're trying to talk to a woman and it just, you feel like you're saying the wrong things and you don't know what to say or how to approach her. And if she's in a group, it's even crazier. Because it's like, oh man, that's like approaching a wolf, like wolves, a pack of wolves. You know,
You're
like,
gonna get just torn apart.
yeah, and that's a scary thought. And I don't think women think about this because they don't have to.
Right.
You know, it's us who have to. So when the whole pickup artistry thing came out, like you said, they had our attention because it's like, all right, well, I don't want to be that guy. So what can I do differently that'll yield better results?
Right.
Right.
There was you want to get better. You want to talk to women.
Yeah.
And because there's literally nothing else out there that is tailored to a man approaching a woman, this is what we have to latch on to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, growing up, that's kind of how it was, right?
Absolutely.
We jumped into it.
Absolutely.
We started using the tactics, and we're here now. So, you feel like there's what are the
Credence to it, or what?
Well, yeah, I feel like its effectiveness lends a level of credence to it, right? If it didn't work, it wouldn't be
right.
So, what are the because you can look on YouTube and you can find a myriad of videos of people talking bad about pickup artistry and this and that. You can find a myriad of videos of people who are
This is
misogynistic and like pigs.
Yeah,
who
absolutely.
refer to women as cattle. You who use pickup artistry. So how do you feel about it nowadays? Like, what is the, what do you feel like it's a bad thing?
Okay, so like Uncle Ben said, with great power comes with great responsibility. But to be serious, I think that when we're dealing with this kind of situation, right, where the man, I guess, is like severely at a disadvantage because, for one, you're competing with a whole bunch of men. The woman that you find attractive is also attractive to other men, right? So how do you stand out? And I found out that with learning about pickup artistry, you figure out how to stand out in a way that's conducive to your goal, But I don't think that that's toxic in a sense. Now, of course, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. you could be irresponsible, and you can be on the level of guys that's calling women cattle, and they should be the ones in power and adhering to misogynistic ideas. But that's not what we're doing. Like when I say we, me, him, and my other cohorts, we've used pickup artistry as a way to understand women and how to engage them. And once we got to a certain point, we were able to just naturally have that ebb and flow with a conversation with the woman and determine, like, you know, this is somebody I would like to have in my life or stuff like that. And they have men who use, I guess you would say, techniques, and they find that woman and just marry them, and they're good and they're happy. And conversely, there are guys that abuse it, and they are the ones that are misogynistic and think that women are cattle and stuff.
Right. At the end of the day, pickup artistry is a tool.
Yes. It depends on how you use it.
It depends on how you use it. Now, just like science, you can use the scientific method to create vaccinations, or you can use it to create the atom bomb, right? It depends on the person who's wielding it, right? So at the same time, I want to acknowledge that there are problems within the PUA community that once it came out, it kind of devolved into this sexist ideology.
Yeah,
where
I agree with that.
You can go on the internet, you can go on YouTube right now and look up guys who are doing disgusting and vulgar things using pickup artistry, right?
Manipulation and
exactly,
stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And we aren't gonna condone those people, because it is what it is. Sexism is sexism.
It is.
Right? What we want to do is we want to change what pickup artistry is and what it is seen as, right? We want it to be more, I guess, conducive to male and female
interactions.
Interactions, right?
Yeah.
So we can admit that there are issues within it, right?
I mean, look at the name.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the name itself implies a level of manipulation within it, right? But if we can somehow change how we go about using this tool, it would be for the benefit of men and women, I think, both. We don't have to refer to women as cattle. We don't have to use any manipulative tactics. We don't have to pressure women. There are things within the community that need to change. What I think we're arguing here is that we don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater, because if you have guys who don't have anything else to latch onto in order to talk to women, they can latch on to even worse things.
Like being
an incel, for instance.
Yes.
So I could
define what
incel.
In case they've never heard.
For those of you who don't know what an incel is, it means involuntary celibacy, right? So someone who's involuntary celibate, and that usually pertains to men,
right,
who are willing to seek out and sleep with women, but can't find a woman to do so. Right. So they become incels, and what happens is they become so frustrated and so angry about their own relationship with women that they take it out on women. They become angry and bitter. They think that women are beneath them. They think that women are stupid. They think that women are meant to be controlled. And that is a path that if a man has no other avenue in order to seek out women, that is a legitimate path that they can likely end up on. And I say this speaking of myself because I was almost that. I was almost an incel.
Really?
Yeah. Until I found pickup artistry.
Wow.
Until I found
I did not know
an avenue. Yeah. Until I found an avenue that allowed me to seek out and speak to women confidently, and actually had a plan to where I knew what I was doing. Because a man who has no success with women, who doesn't know what to do and is frustrated, that leads to animosity towards women. And it kind of becomes like, do you want the men around you to be players, or do you want them to be violent towards women? Because that's what incels are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think in any scenario, we would more likely, like, I would rather guys be players than to be violent towards women, right? And I could see both sides of the spectrum as to why a man would become an incel. Because growing up, I wasn't the most attractive or popular guy, so that led to many moments of frustration with women. And those moments of frustration lead to confusion, they lead to anger, and they lead to, fuck it, women are stupid. Women are ridiculous. They need to be controlled. They don't know what they want. They lead to all of these negative thoughts and feelings. And just speaking personally of myself, if I hadn't have found pickup artistry and learned how to talk and approach women, I would probably be an incel right now. Yeah. True story.
So we doing this on air. All right. I had no idea, bro. Like, I mean, we all shared our frustrations early on, but I had enough, I guess, success for me to not go down that route. But I still was like insecure, like, well, maybe I'm not this enough or that enough, and I don't know if I'm saying the right things, and I experienced that just like everybody else. But Jesus, incel?
Yeah, it was rough. Imagine being 5'5" in high school, and then in college for a very long time. It's not.
Yeah, they do have a lot of women like, if you're not 6, up,
so it's not
6 and up, you're not talking to.
So yeah. That was just my reality, So,
but I look at it as a good tool, because it was for me. It helped me understand interactions between men and women, just like point blank, period. And for whatever reason, it just worked. I was like, is this a science or is it not? I don't know how this works, but it's working, and I'm doing it, and I'm happy that it's working, and I'm doing it, And there's always a good and a bad to anything that a person can do, And unfortunately, I think that, I guess because of the name and the nature of it, women will look at it as manipulation and such, and I totally get that.
So what's the bad in it? What's the bad?
It's using it to manipulate and control. Like, it's using it to be like a Jared Jackson, You can do those things with it.
Derek Jackson.
You can lie and all that kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there are people, men, I guess I should say, that use it for good. Like I said earlier, a guy went to a seminar. It was either Mystery or Strauss. One of them, he went to a seminar, and he used the tactics that was taught to him, and he found his wife because he wasn't afraid to approach her, and it became something out there. And that's cool. That's cool.
It was Neil Strauss, actually. The one who was probably most prominent in the pickup artistry game, and he has since denounced pickup artists, the entire game, saying that it's for losers, basically. And I get why he would say that.
He married now.
So
he got his girl, so it's for losers.
At the same time,
it helped.
We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We want to acknowledge the faults within pickup artistry, because there are many but we also want to acknowledge the good.
The good, yeah.
That men need an avenue or a method in which to use to attract women and to talk to women. We require that, because if not, we're going to fall in line with other people who may be espousing even worse things. Like, it's part of why Jordan Peterson became such a prominent figure, because men didn't have anyone else giving them advice. And then he comes along and tells men, clean your room. And something as simple as that. And men just, oh my God, this dude is a genius, you know? But it shows you what the gaping hole that men have in our day-to-day life advice. You know, we need something there. So, since pickup artistry is there, what we're saying is that we need to reconfigure it, make it better, make it less misogynistic, less sexist, and still use it to achieve our goals. Because, and we often forget that there are actually female pickup artists.
They were in the show.
Yeah. They use the very same method that we do, that guys do. There are female pickup artists. It is a thing. It's not a prominent thing. It's a rare thing, but it is a thing. But they are no different than male pickup artists. They use the same tactics.
Yeah, it's not prominent because the culture that we have is the man has to approach.
Right,
you know,
right.
and women don't want to shoot their shot. Women don't want to approach.
Right.
So of course they can just sit there and just be them, and we have to like.
Would you be okay with a world full of female pickup artists?
Shoot, y'all on the spot.
I actually
that is
that's
a good
interesting.
question.
Like, female pickup artists.
Wow.
I think I would actually.
Initially, I'm just like, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Because they're approaching me. Like, you know, that's kind of
right.
good.
As long as they're approaching.
That's cool.
Right.
I mean, you know, I guess the big picture is like, well, is this game or is this for real? Like,
right.
I don't know.
And that's part of the issue that a lot of women have with men.
Yeah.
Is this really you, or is this just an act?
Yeah.
Right. Which leads me to the idea that a lot of things that you do in life are gonna be for show until it is true. So when women say, I want a man with confidence, and you are a man who clearly lacks confidence, do you think that approaching a woman and acting as if your confidence is fake? Do you feel like if you approach a woman, I'm gonna be the most confident person in the room when I approach her? Do you think that that's fake? Do you think that that's not real? Or do you think that this man is trying to put on or trying to increase his own confidence by acting as if he does? And that's something that is really hard to do, because it's one of those things where you don't get confidence until you have it. You know?
Or you recognize
right.
it.
Or you recognize it, right? You don't get it until you have it. But until you have it, you kind of have to act as if you have it until you get it, right? It's one of those chicken and egg things, right? What comes first? Do you have confidence or do you get confidence?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So, and that's how a lot of relationships are. They're more nuanced than just be yourself. Now, oh my God, I hate that. I hate when people say that. I hate when people say, well, if you want to talk to the old girl, just go out and just be yourself. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
Why you don't like that?
Because
what's wrong with that?
I told you I was
being
almost
yourself.
I'm like, this is me.
I was
This is 100% me. I'm walking up. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little awkward, and she doesn't find that attractive. So
does it make it okay for you to not be like that? Does it?
Right.
Come off as somebody
Which is the
else.
question. Is it okay if I'm an awkward person naturally? Do you want me to be awkward when I approach you? Or would you rather I be a little more calm and cool and a bit more in control? And in order for me to do that, that takes practice.
Just be yourself, man. They can't hear us.
Oh my
This
God.
is advice.
That makes me want to pull my hair every time I hear it.
I already done did it. I done did it. I done did it for
How many times
Bob.
Oh, Mr. Simpson.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because usually when somebody says, and usually it's a woman who's saying it, be yourself, they expect that your natural self is this cool, in control, smooth guy. And that's not the case for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
You can't just be yourself.
Yeah.
Because my natural self is awkward, clumsy, and stutters. You know, there's nothing sexy about that. Nothing attractive. So, in order to be this person,
Not at all.
we have to practice. We have to train. We have to talk to people. We have to talk to multiple people. And we have to get things down. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Well, you got final thoughts, man?
I don't know, I've been talking a lot. It's a lot to say in the realm of pickup artistry. There's a lot wrong with it, but there's also things that are right with it. And I don't want to throw out everything when we could just fix what the problem is, right? There's so many things that we can do better. So I'd rather just do them better. There are so many things that in pickup artistry that you're going to do whether you're a pickup artist or not. You're gonna open a set with a woman or a group of women. You're gonna do that whether you're a pickup artist or not. When you initiate comfort with a woman, you're gonna do that whether you're a pickup artist or not. You have to initiate comfort. She has to feel comfortable with you. When you segue from one place to another, from her friends to just you and her by yourselves, you have to do that whether you're a pickup artist or not. So it doesn't make sense to take everything and say all of this is trash and garbage, because you're gonna have to do these things whether you're a pickup artist or not. So let's fix the issues with it rather than say that this is terrible, this is trash, let's throw it all out. And that's what I got. What do you got?
All right, so my final thoughts is a lot of what you said. Let's just refine it and make it better. And I would also add that it's better to save people from being incels as opposed to anything else, honestly. Because incels go on to actually stalk and kill people, women specifically. You know, and that's a very scary thought. That's a very scary avenue to travel down.
Right.
And I would rather get those guys to have the confidence enough to go out and be with somebody or talk to somebody and potentially be with them than to let them sit behind the computer and the internet and just be angry all the time because they just can't get a woman to like them. And I think that pickup artistry saved a lot of men, a lot of AFCs, average frustrated chumps is what it's called, by having seminars, teaching them what opening a set is, you know, like talking to a group of women, you know, with a topic of some sort. It gave them the tools to be better than what they were and to achieve their goal at the end of the day. And a lot of these guys not trying to be a player. They're not trying to just be out there in these streets. A lot of them just want somebody to call their own. And I really don't find a problem with that. And if we can refine it to where it's geared towards those kind of guys, I'm all for it.
Definitely.
Yep.
On that. But let us know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe, please. We definitely want to hear some thoughts on this one. This one kind of a long time coming.
We're gonna get a lot of inflammatory comments on this one, probably.
It's fine. You know, we definitely want to be honest and truthful about it. So just let us know what you think. Once again, y'all can follow me, IG at BeRider.
Yeah, you can follow me on IG as chaos_noop. It's chaos with the K.
Definitely. And BeRider.
J Bell.
And this has been
Final thoughts.